I'm going to show you 7 color combinations that make any look seem richer, more elegant, and much more current for summer. The 7th is the most transformative, remember that, so stay until the end. These are tricks that stylists use every day and that rarely reach anyone outside the fashion world. We start with the simplest, which you can use tomorrow, white, but not just any white. Trick 1. The most common problem I see is this. A woman looks in the mirror with an all-light, well-put-together look, and something still doesn't click. It feels like something's missing. This discomfort almost always has a simple cause. Look at an off-white dress on its own, no accessories. It's beautiful, it's clean, but look what happens when a caramel belt enters at the waist, a nude sandal, and a gold earring. The same dress, completely different. Soft white illuminates, but needs a warm finish to gain depth. The caramel plays the role of fine leather. The gold closes with a shine that feels costly without excess. Together, they create that reading of discreet luxury. This is the first of 7 combinations. In the second trick, we enter a color that makes any woman be noticed when she walks into a room. Trick 2. There's a very common myth about cobalt blue, that it's beautiful but risky. That it goes with everything but is hard to wear elegantly. This idea makes many women avoid exactly the most striking color of the summer. Cobalt isn't difficult. What it doesn't forgive is the wrong base. Look at this outfit, a structured cobalt blue skirt with a white shirt and nude slingbacks. It already has presence. But notice what happens when the bag changes to off-white and a discreet gold earring enters. The color vibrates, but the reading is sophistication, not effort. That's the point. A clean base, white, off-white, ivory, sand, makes cobalt's impact work in your favor, not against it. Without it, the color fights. With it, the color governs. This is the second of 7. And the next trick uses a color that most women still don't know how to make truly elegant. Trick 3. Have you ever tried wearing yellow in summer and the result felt more like a party than sophistication? This is the third of 7. And already a more delicate combination to get right than the previous ones. Butter yellow, buttermilk, that almost golden light tone. It illuminates the face without drawing attention to itself. The problem is that most women pair it with other equally sweet colors, and the look loses weight, loses credibility. Look at this first result, a butter yellow blouse with straight champagne beige pants and a nude sandal. Already beautiful, already fresh. But that's all for now. The detail that changes everything is the gold earring. It connects the yellow to the champagne, elevates the combination, and is what makes the look feel expensive. Now the butter yellow dress with a structured caramel bag and a small gold earring. The gold closes the reading. Sophistication built on warm tones that complete each other. Elegant yellow doesn't shout. It illuminates. And the difference lies in who you place it next to. In the next trick, there's a color that people completely underestimate in summer, and that in the right hands conveys an elegance that few looks can achieve. Trick 4. And speaking of colors that surprise, the next trick involves one that many people use wrong, not from lack of taste, but from lack of reference. This is 4 of 7, and it deserves special attention. Have you ever seen someone show up in olive green and the look seem heavy, flat? That visual that never takes off, even with beautiful pieces? The mistake is almost always in the partners that color chose. With another intense tone, it becomes too dense. With cool white, it feels soulless. Look at this outfit. Olive green pants with a cool white shirt. It looks functional, but nothing more. Now swap for an off-white blouse with a fluid drape. Add a cognac belt and a brown leather sandal. Immediately the eye goes to elegance, not to the clothes. That's what happens when green meets the right tones. Ivory, sand, and brown create a visual field that feels natural, almost organic. Sage green is even more refined. In a midi dress with a structured caramel bag and a discreet gold earring, it conveys what everyone recognizes as sophistication. Gray-based or muted greens have far less visual noise. They don't fight with the skin, don't pull the wrong attention. They look beautiful in an adult and confident way. And look, this trick is already quite powerful. But the next one will make you understand why one single color, used in the right place, can be more powerful than an entire well-constructed look. Before we continue, here you don't just learn fashion, you learn the invisible codes that stylists use to make a woman be seen as elegant and important. If you want to keep learning these secrets, click the button below and subscribe to the channel now. Trick 5. You put on a red dress to go out and thought, will this seem like too much? That moment exists for almost everyone. The problem isn't the red, it's what goes with it. This is 5 of 7, and the answer is in this combination. Tomato red, poppy red, vibrant red, all have immediate presence. You walk into a place and people notice, but when it appears with too many things fighting for attention, it becomes heavy, excessive. The trick is to let red work alone. Look at this outfit. A tomato red shirt, straight sand pants, pointed toe nude sandals. Just that. You can already see it works. It has strength, it has elegance. Notice what's missing. No flashy accessory, no second color competing for space. That's where the completing detail enters. A discreet gold earring and a structured sandbag. The red guides the eye from beginning to end. The neutral base holds everything in place. The result is striking without seeming effortful. It also works with chocolate pants and a red blouse with caramel mules. The palette becomes warmer, more earthy, equally sophisticated. Or an ivory skirt with a red shirt and caramel bag, for those who prefer red in a smaller proportion. What doesn't work? Red with very tight fabric, heavy accessories, or exaggerated makeup. Each extra element dilutes what red does best. And speaking of a color that does everything in a look on its own, the next trick will show you a combination that most women have never tried. And that turns out far richer than it seems in theory. Before the next trick, let me tell you something. How many times have you opened a closet full of clothes and still thought, I have nothing to wear? The problem isn't a lack of clothes. It's that nobody ever taught you how to combine the pieces you already have. That's why I put together a guide with over 150 looks. Tested one by one, using only 15 pieces you probably already have at home. And the best part, you don't even need to think. Just choose the look, copy it piece by piece, and in 5 minutes, you're ready to go. The link is in the pinned comment and in the description. And if you're watching on TV, just point your phone at the QR code on the screen. Trick 6, now the 6th of 7. And this one goes against an instinct that almost every woman has. Most people, when they think of pink, think of something delicate, light, almost fragile. And then they keep the pink alone, paired with white or beige, thinking it's safer. But pink alone looks childish. It loses strength, loses presence. What truly works is the opposite of what seems intuitive. You need to place pink alongside a deep color. Look at this first outfit, a flowing pink blush blouse with wine-tailored pants and pointed-toe nude mules. The pink is still there, still soft, but the wine beside it changes everything. It anchors the look, removes the lightness of something childish, and returns true femininity, the femininity of a woman. The detail that seals this reading is tonal depth. The pink brings clarity and softness. The wine or plum enters as an elegant shadow, and it's this contrast between light and depth that creates the impression of richness. A burnt rosé dress with a structured burgundy bag and a thin gold earring. Feminine, rich, cohesive. Avoid pink with large ruffles, bows, and very delicate bags. They pull the look back toward childhood. Pink becomes mature when it has weight beside it. And if this trick already changes so much, the next one will surprise you differently, because the color that comes now is one that most people avoid. And that's exactly why it feels so exclusive when worn right. Trick 7, and we arrive at the 7th trick, the one I wanted to save for last. Because of everything that came before, it's the one that most transforms the full body look. The color that most people associate with the beach, with parties, with something excessive. Burnt orange. But not the orange you're imagining. Burnt orange is an earthy, warm color with real presence. It doesn't shout, it affirms. And when it appears with ivory and chocolate, something happens that few summer combinations can achieve. The look seems expensive in a way you can't name, but feel immediately. Look at this first combination. A burnt orange crepe blouse with straight ivory tailored pants and a structured chocolate bag. The blouse brings the warmth. The pants open the look. The bag anchors everything. 3 pieces, no exaggerated accessory. And the result is of a woman who knows exactly what she's doing. Now the opposite. A terracotta midi dress, thin strap nude sandals, and a small gold earring. Here the color does all the work, and the accessories let it breathe. What stylists know is that burnt orange works because it has red and brown inside it. It's already neutral in spirit, even if it's vivid in appearance. That's why it accepts both ivory and chocolate without conflict. What destroys this look? Neon orange, bright satin fabric, tropical prints alongside it. Any of these pulls the color back into flashy territory, and you lose everything. Now imagine all 7 tricks together. The luminous base of Cloud Dancer, the impact of Cobalt, the yellow that illuminates, the green that doesn't need to shout, the anchored red, the pink that grew up, and this orange that surprises. 7 ways to look sophisticated in summer without apparent effort. Save this video and share it with a friend, because when you don't know where to start, this is where you'll come back.